Hi, my name is Tyler, and today I'm going to show you how to host your own n8n within Hostinger. One reason is if you're using n8n Cloud, it's the pricing. Now, I do recommend doing the 2-week free starter trial, but if you want to just do the simple starter when you only get 2,500 workflow executions, which they changed not long ago, then that can be limiting, especially if you're doing something every minute. You want to check something every minute or 5 minutes every day, or you can go up to $60. Now, this is not cheap. So with Hostinger, they have n8n specific VPS where you can start as low as $5 a month. And this also means unlimited executions. And after all that is set up, we're going to create a workflow that retrieves some of the latest messages. It's going to go through an analyzer and then send that as a summary in a Slack message. And this means we're going to set up Gmail through Hostinger and also our Slack app. All right, so this leads us to the first step, which is actually logging in and creating an account for Hostinger. So you go to hostinger.com, you're going to create an account. I already have one. At the top, you can see self-hosted n8n. So if you click on this, they have specific plans for n8n. Okay, so once you do this, you can look through this, right? But all you really need for many of you for personal, like just to get started and understand how this works, you can do the $5 plan. Just choose plan. Okay, so let's talk about the pricing really quick. So we have 24 months at $5 a month, but you have to pay $120 up front. There's 12 months. This comes out to about $6 a month, but you only pay $71.88 a month. So basically, if you pay 3 months of the starter for n8n's cloud, their own, then you basically have this for a year, right? And this is pretty much all you will need for just the personal use, or you can just do 1 month, which, if you want to do, just try it out. It's only $8. It's not renewable. So then you can just see what you like and move on from there. Okay, so we can just do that. Make sure you choose n8n down here. It should all be auto selected. Then we're gonna hit continue. Okay, then go ahead and just fill out the information and then continue and make your payment. Okay, and it might take another minute, but if you just refresh, it'll say your virtual machine isn't finished setting up yet. So then we're gonna click on setup. Just choose, the location that is best for you. It kind of gives you the latency. And then choose n8n. You shouldn't have to do this again, but in case you want to and you maybe made a mistake, just make sure you're choosing n8n and then choose a root password. Just generate one and then click next and then finish setup. And this is going to take a minute. It says about 5 minutes, but this is going to set up everything you need to know, and then we'll get to it on creating our first workflow and how to sign in. Okay, so congratulations. Now you have your own n8n instance inside Hostinger for cheaper than n8n Cloud. All right, so a couple things we can do here. We can manage the app, go to Docker Manager. So let's go to Manage App, and what it's going to do is it's going to take us directly to our sign up page, which is what you would see whenever you do it locally on your own machine. Okay, so I'm just going to pass in some information here. Okay, and then I'm going to click next, just like we would locally. Fill out this information, just put whatever, doesn't matter. Get started, skip. Okay, great. Now we are ready to set up and create our first workflow inside of Hostinger. And like I said, this means that you have unlimited executions, right? You're not bounded by the n8n Cloud, right? That's one of the biggest things about hosting it yourself. So let's go ahead and create our first. This will just be a manual. We'll change the trigger later. But what I want to do is I'm going to show you how to set up your Gmail account. So if we click the plus, I want to use Gmail because I want to get a certain number of messages. So we can say get many. Type that in, get messages. Now we need to set up our credential. So we're going to click create new credential. And then there's a couple things we are going to need here, but we need to fill in our client ID, client secret, and we'll need to copy this. Okay, so first off, let's go to Google Cloud Console. So you just go to console.cloud.google, sign in with your account, and you will see a screen like this. At the top, if you have never created anything before, I'm going to choose create a new project. I'm going to name this Hostinger, if I can spell Hostinger n8n, and then click create. We can choose, it doesn't really matter, choose anything, but okay, so let's click create. It's creating the project. Once it creates it, then we'll switch over. Okay, so we're gonna select this project, and then on the top left, this navigation menu, the hamburger, we're gonna go down to API and services, enable API and services. Then we need to, at the top here, see if these are all the ones that you have by default. Gmail is not there yet, so enable API and services. And then we want to search for Gmail. You can enter, choose Gmail API. Then we're going to click enable. Okay, good. Now it is enabled. Now on the left-hand side of the screen, choose credentials. Okay, now that you see credentials, what we need to do is create them. So You go to create credentials, and then you can do API key, OAuth. We're just going to choose OAuth client ID right now. Okay, so we need to configure our consent screen, right? This is reminding me what to do. So click on that, then get started. We're just going to, this is, you can name this whatever your app is, right? Hostinger. I'm going to choose my email. This will be external. Use my contact information next, and then just finish, continue, and create. Okay. So now that we are available, we have like what they call an app. Now we can create an OAuth client. So we're going to create this. You can just do, there's a couple ways you can do this. We're just going to choose web app. Okay, I'm just going to say hosting or n8n. Now, we need authorized redirect URIs. Okay, so if we go back to the workflow, if we go back to the right workflow, okay, right here, then we click on this, just click on this OAuth redirect URL. So just click the copy, come back here, click the add URI, paste that in, choose create. Then what this is going to do is you're going to see this is going to give you a client ID and a client secret. So don't worry, I'm going to be removing this when I'm done with this video, but copy each of those, paste them in here. So client ID, come back here, copy the client secret, paste that in. Now you should see a sign in with Google. So go ahead and sign in with Google. I'm going to sign in to my email, but it says this has not completed the verification process because we forgot one more. Because this is external and this is still testing, what you have to do is whenever you get out of that screen that we were on for the OAuth, then you're in clients, go to audience, and then for test users, add. And then you just want to add your email. So I'm going to add my email, click save. Okay, so now if I go back to the workflow, I'm going to try to sign in again with this email. Now it should see that that is a test email. I'm just going to select all of these that I can do. And then there we go. Okay, so now connection is successful. Let's just test this. Let me just get like one email. Just always test to make sure that it works. Let's go ahead and execute the workflow. And this should just return one item. And this is my last email. Yep. Okay, there's a snippet. Perfect. All right, so good. Now we got that set up. But what I want to do is open this up. I want to get we can get the last 50. And then I want to only get the snippet from each of those emails. So I'm going to add a set field. Okay, I'm just going to basically pass in that snippet there. And then what it's going to do is if I, again, execute as much as you can for testing, right? You don't have to worry about executions because you're on your own hosted, basically local hosted but it's just not on your machine. It's in Hostinger. So we want to get all 50 messages now and then set just the snippets of them with the field. So that's all we're going to actually pass in the next part, which will be the LLM chain. Okay, great. So we got 50 items. If we open this up, we basically got 50 of my last emails. Perfect. So now I want to pass this into an AI model. So we can say LLM chain, LLM basic LLM chain. Okay, this is when you open this up, it's not connected to a trigger node, so we're going to define below. And then actually the first thing we want to do, right, I don't want to run that 50 times. What we want to do is pass all 50 at once. But you can see here, we actually have 50 items. We need to aggregate this into one. So we're going to add a node in between that and choose aggregate. And then you just basically bring over snippet. Now, if we run this, you can also rename that, but I think that's good enough. Now, if we execute this, now we have a snippet of all of the emails now just as one item. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so I'm gonna make this simple. I just want you to take these emails and give me a quick summary and 7 key points from them. Then I need to add a model. So I'm just going to choose OpenAI. Of course, there are ways you could add Ollama in here as a Docker image to this and then get those images, but that's for a different video. So now I want to select a credential. So I need to create a credential. So I'm going to go get an API key and then be back. Okay, so I'm paste that in there, saving it. Good, it works. Okay, and I don't want to use, let's do 4.1. I don't think we need to use 5 for this, but GPT 4.1 I like. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to then run this. So now it should take all 50 of those at once and then just give me a summary and then 7 key points. Then the next thing we're going to do is we actually want to send that as a Slack message. So while this is actually running, we can click the plus button. We can choose Slack. So I'm going to show you exactly how all this works. And we want to send a message. So send a message, right? Now, the hardest thing about this is actually creating the credential for Slack, but that's okay. I'm going to help you get through this. So choose create new credential. We're going to choose OAuth. Okay. And then what we need to do, one of the easiest ways that I found to get there is if you actually open the docs, right? Each of them have their own separate docs, right? So here's the Slack credentials. It gives you kind of some more information about them. But we're going to scroll down till we get to using OAuth. All right, so we need to open up the Slack API apps page. So it looks something like this. I've already been kind of testing. So we want to create a new app, and then from scratch, you can call this new host n8n, and then a workspace. If you don't have one, I think you can just create one right there. Basically, whenever you sign in here, if you don't see this right away, you need to sign in, then go ahead and create an account, or you can skip this entirely if you don't really want to, right? You could just have that send another message to yourself in Gmail. You don't actually have to do this step if you don't want to. But we need to copy this client ID. Once you do that, copy it right here. Then we need to copy the client's, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna copy this, post it in my client secret, and then we need to click copy on the OAuth redirect URL. Go back to Slack. On the left-hand side here, you'll see OAuth and permissions. Scroll down, add new redirect URL. Click add, save. Okay, then we're not quite done yet. We need to add an OAuth scope. So we don't necessarily care about it reading. We just care about it writing. So I think it's if we do channel or chat, send messages as new. Okay, yeah. So we can send messages to channel. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So chat, right? I think that's all we need. Okay. So now if we go back, see if we go back here. Then we click connect my account. It should pop up with a page here, this workspace. It wants to perform actions, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to click allow, and then we should be good to go with sending the Slack message. Okay, so we want to send a message to a channel. It should pop up with all of the channels that you have. I'm going to choose AI, just a simple text message. And then I'm just going to drag and drop the text there. Okay, and then the quick summary, let's see, I think we can send as, no, we don't want, that wasn't it. I think we can do something, oh yeah, use Markdown. Okay, yep, use Markdown, and okay, that's good. All right, so let's go ahead now and execute this step. Okay, it looks like it worked. Yep, it looks like it worked. So now if I actually go to Slack, and then you can see here in my AI channel that I have a quick summary and then 7 key points, okay? This is exactly what we wanted. And so what you've done though, is you've now created a workflow, the first workflow in your own hosting your n8n, basically Docker container. And this is great because like I said, this is much cheaper, right? A whole year of this is basically 3 months in, 3 months in n8n cloud, but you get unlimited executions here and you can do whatever you want. And you actually do more with this, especially with n8n 2.0. You have the Python node so that you can install external Python libraries to do a little bit more with this that I've shown in previous videos. But okay, this is awesome. I will have all of this information for you. This will also be in my free school community, which is linked in the description below. Here's more videos for you to watch in the meantime.